Hey YouTubers, welcome back to another episode of Lumberjack Lifestyle. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about something a little different than car-related subjects. This episode is going to be in relation to health and fitness. I know what you're thinking, what is this jumping on the screen talking about health and fitness? Have you seen his belly? Well, this is what it's about. A few days ago, actually more like probably about a couple weeks ago, I posted a picture on my Instagram story asking my followers to see what kind of feedback I would get asking them this particular question. If I was to start a video, film, or potential vlogs pertaining to the subject of health and fitness, of my overall transformation going from where I'm at right now to where I can be or want to be, how many of you guys would be interested in following it? I got definitely good feedback. I put a poll there voting, whether you would or wouldn't like to follow and see my journey, and I got 97% yes and a 3% no. I want to start by saying those 3%, not bothered by it. I was expecting worse, given that not a lot of people give a crap about a lot of people and what they're doing. But I guess the other 97% are either nosy or very interested, or even, or maybe looking for some inspiration to see, how they can get themselves from where they're at to a better health state overall. I myself, for those of you guys that know me, I always been chubby. Well, for the most part, there was a time when I was a kid and I was super skinny, and even in high school I was skinny, but for the longest years now, I have been significantly overweight, and that happened right after high school. They say that there's a freshman 15, well, I did the freshman 50, and then another 50 after that. So yeah, I'm roughly about 100 pounds overweight from where I probably should be, but still doesn't change these good looks. Just kidding. Anyways, with that 97% of people that voted yes, I have built the motivation and inspiration to make vlogs of this journey. So with this video, I'm just basically introducing myself into what it is that I'm going to be doing to help you guys see where I'm at to where I'm going and the whole process of everything in between. For those of you that know me and have been following me for a long time or even close friends, I did in 2016, I did this new thing. Well, new thing to me. I met up with an old friend from high school. His name is Josh. He was a very focused guy, dedicated to trying to become the next Mr. Olympia, the whole shebang. And he introduced me to a sport called powerlifting. I myself, when I was back in high school and played other sports, yes, I worked out. I did, your typical cardio workouts and some weightlifting with your curls and whatnot, but never really knew about powerlifting, the sport itself, or what pertained to it. But thanks to him, I learned what I needed to know about the sport and how, the fundamentals work together to help you build strength and increments to get stronger and stronger over time. When I first started with him, I was not even aware of how to properly grab the hold the bar and lift, do deadlifts or even squats or anything of that matter with some of the bigger muscle group workouts. And with just 5 to 6 months, he took me from one thing to a whole nother level. This is what I looked like when I first started the journey with him, and this is how I look 5 to 6 months later. You might think, well, he's still kind of a big guy, but there's a lot of numbers that change behind both these pictures. In this picture, I was 315 pounds, which at the time was the heaviest I had ever been in my life, and was in my worst freaking health conditions that I could ever imagine. Never thought I'd get there, but never say never, right? And in this picture, I dropped down to about 285, 87 pounds, which is roughly close to a 20-pound difference. I would have probably lost more weight if I didn't focus in building muscle within the process, but because of the decision that I made that I wanted to lose weight and build muscle at the same time as I was working out and doing what I was doing, I didn't lose as much weight, but no regrets, because I went from barely being able to lift 150 to 180 pounds on the deadlift to about 455 pounds, which in this blurry picture, as you can see here, was what that weight was. And I couldn't believe it myself, just to think that within that time I was able to go from being this fat, couldn't lift anything kind of guy to reaching that kind of strength was amazing. Obviously you have to be safe, you have to do these things properly and safely and train right, but most importantly, feed yourself properly. If you're not fueled with the proper food and nutrition, then you're gonna have a hard time succeeding, which was my case for so many years. I tried so hard, on and off, I would be on the train, headed to success, working out, doing my thing, and then fall right off the rails and gain weight again, which is the same thing for a lot of people. However, once I trained with my friend Josh, got back on the rails, was the most successful period in my life with fitness ever. Life happens. Sometimes you fall off the rails, but always remember to jump back on it. In these next videos, I'm going to be showing my initial input on where I'm at overall. I'm going to be measuring all parts of my body, checking my chest, my waist, my belly, my arms, my calves, all that stuff, just to know where I'm at overall in a physique kind of view. And I'm also going to be measuring my BMI, my personal body fat, and a lot of other important things to keep track of when you're going to start this journey, so you can always look back and remember where you were and how not to go back there. So stay tuned. If you guys want to see more of what I'm doing and how I'm going to go about doing this, and it's always great, and I would appreciate it if you guys subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. Always greatly appreciate it as well. So just to wrap this all up, stay tuned for the next video. I'm going to be talking about all this kinds of stuff that I'm going to be starting. I'm going to show how I cook my food and everything else that I do. So as always, whatever you guys are doing, remember to rise above it all. Checking the good stuff, you know what I mean? Alright. Whoop, we're gonna close the door. Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Lumberjack Lifestyle. I'm Lumberjack, and on today's episode we're gonna be talking about something a little different,